Now, what I'm going to quote to you is not from any of Luzin's published works, but the marginalia that he made as he was studying certain mathematical problems. It was written about 1915, and this is about the same time, 1415, that he established, together with Dmitry Yegorov, the seminar that became the cradle of the Moscow School of Mathematics, probably the most famous seminar in the history of mathematics, usually called Lusitania. There's another story behind that. Anyway, so Luzin wrote this in the margins as he was studying a mathematical problem in set theory. Quote, "Each definition is a piece of secret ripped from nature by the human spirit. I insist on this. Any complicated thing, being illumined by definitions, being laid out in them, being broken up in pieces, will be separated into pieces completely transparent even to a child, excluding foggy and dark parts that our intuition whispers to us. By separating the object into logical pieces, then only can we move further towards new successes due to definitions," unquote. By linking naming to mathematical definition, and by describing definition as, quote, "a piece of secret ripped from nature," unquote, Luzin revealed his differences both with traditional mystical views of naming that I've already discussed a bit, and also with Western rationalism, especially the French form so followed by his mathematical colleagues in Paris. According to the ancient Greeks and many later mystics, naming was a way to gain a power over a thing that you name. But Luzin believed that naming was a two-way street, involving both losses and gains. When one named something, Luzin thought one gained in effectiveness what he called, quote, "new successes due to definition," unquote, but one at the same time also lost what he called, quote, "the foggy and dark parts our intuition whispers to us." Thus, to Luzin, naming and definition are the awkward, incomplete, and inadequate tools that we must by necessity use in order to do mathematics, but which fall far short of encapsulating the entirety of the objects they allegedly describe. Luzin saw this as being at the heart of the field of mathematics he created, which is called descriptive set theory. According to French rationalists like Borel, Lebec, and Bayer, one should follow Descartes and, quote, "commence with objects the simplest and easiest to know and ascend step by step to the knowledge of the more complex," unquote. But Luzin differed fundamentally with this form of logical reductionism. To him, the entirety of an object is far greater than its individual characteristics that might be named or described. Dmitry Yegorov and Nikolai Luzin are generally credited with creating the Moscow School of Mathematics, which by the mid-20th century transformed Moscow into one of the greatest, if not the greatest, single concentration of mathematicians in the world, and had an international